I mean, unless I'm just like holding myself up with my muscles. I'd be putting a lot of weight on it.
Hello, this is a video.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much.
I decided we needed to get started.
He
was just talking
about weight and
Yeah.
chairs that are broken.
Yeah. We just had to fix mine, so yeah, that's backstory for
See,
you.
my chair's fine. Who's the fat guy here? I didn't break my chair.
Exactly. To be fair, this was broken when I got it,
Yeah, that's probably true.
and it
I don't
is
even know
now
where you got
in.
that. Where'd you get that from, Grandma?
I don't know, and it is now in better shape than when I got it. So my weight has helped things. That's how unfat I am. Instead of breaking something when I sit in it, I fixed it. So anyway, if you have comments, topics, questions, things you would like to talk with us about concerning prayer or really anything on our channel, leave it down below and we will get to it as soon as we're able to.
And like our channel.
Yes.
Hit the bell for some notifications too. So
if you know of somebody else, friend or family member,
feel free.
Would
Send
like
them a link.
to know more about prayer or is struggling with keeping up with prayer, just send them a link and tell them to watch a video.
That's right.
Fairly regularly.
And we have had what have we maybe 3 months we've had this channel going.
It's been up for a while.
It's moving. I mean, we don't have like 1 million subscribers.
That you know of. That he knows of.
Anybody knows of. We don't have them. I mean, nobody. But we could, if everybody shared this, we could eventually get to 1 million.
Check out other videos
or at least,
on the page.
50.
We have sermons and other classes and the like. So
and we need to have some more fun type videos.
Churches aren't allowed to have fun.
We need to do like a night with Frankie type thing. That would be so fun.
Well, we were talking about biblical, how it should have ended.
Yes.
That would be fun enough. Because, those are
ended.
Just basically comedy videos.
How it could have ended, yes. How it could have ended. How it would have ended. How it should have ended. How it should have ended. Adam and Eve in the garden forever.
How it idn't. How it endn't.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I could say that.
Hello and welcome back to How It Endn't.
How it didn't end? Okay. Well then. All right. Well, we are going to continue on with
another prayer
from the same book, Judges.
We're still in Judges.
Genesis and Judges seem to be the prayer-heavy books that we've dealt with so far.
We're still in Judges.
This one is, you're coming toward the end of the book. You're kind of hoping,
happy things.
Yeah, this is.
When you get to the end of the book, you've got the climax and it goes
the resolution,
and sweet.
But see, this is more like a Greek tragedy.
No, this is a Hebrew tragedy.
Yeah, I said
We're going old school.
Old school Hebrew tragedy. This honestly.
There is no school like Hebrew tragedy.
The book of Judges makes Romeo and Juliet look like a happy story.
I tragedy rope across the floor and must trip over the rope. Z is tragedy.
Okay, I didn't mean that you had to do Rocky and Bullwinkle quotes. I just said we don't want you to keep singing.
I slipped into the voice and was like, hey, he was talking about
and
Rocky
what would he
and
say? And okay.
Yeah, so.
All right.
And we were talking about tragedies.
Yes, tragedy
wrote perfectly.
Except he was talking about strategy, not tragedy.
Yes, but is also tragedy.
Anyway.
Tragedy also involves tragedy for some party at least.
Yeah. So last time we were in Judges, they had asked God for help in fighting against their own brethren, the Benjamites. Benjaminites. Are they Benjamites or Benjaminites? I don't know.
Benjaminites.
I don't know. We'll have to find someone who's of the tribe of Benjamin and ask them which they prefer.
I hope
I don't know anyone from the tribe of Benjamin.
No, I hope that there's some guy out there named Ike,
Ike.
who had like a whole nation of people like
The Ikeites.
Yeah, so you could have the Ikeites.
I know.
Ikeites.
I know. I went to school with a guy named.
Who
Ike.
are we? The Ikeites.
No, I went to high school with a guy named Ike, but I don't know if he has.
We'll
a
have to
tribe of
wait a few
people.
years and see if
Yeah,
he
it may
has
take a
like a
couple
gigantic
generations.
family.
Maybe I have no idea. I haven't seen him.
If your
Forever.
name is Ike and you're watching this, have loads of kids. Make tribes and name them after you. So
And-
that
And
we
if
can
your
have the
father was
Ikeites.
Ike or your grandfather, encourage all your cousins to.
Just be like, we're the Ikeites now.
Yeah, there you go.
Make it real.
What? Anyway.
So this prayer is from Israel for a revelation from God. They're asking him a question, and all they want is some knowledge, some information.
Yeah, well, but so again, they had gone to battle against the tribe of Benjamin,
They had,
and they'd asked God for help with that, and
They
God had
did.
given them help with that.
he did.
Too much help with that, if that's possible,
Uh,
because I mean they almost completely wiped out the tribe of Benjamin.
which would have been bad.
Yeah, I mean there wouldn't have
Because
been 12 tribes anymore.
We wouldn't have had the Apostle Paul.
We wouldn't have had King
We
Saul.
wouldn't have had King Saul.
Um,
We wouldn't have had some other important
I
people
mean
in the
Jonathan,
Bible.
of course, King Saul's
Jonathan,
son. I mean,
David
there's
would have
probably-
had no good influences in his life once he got into the
Yeah,
king's
no.
palace. Absolutely
nobody,
terrible.
Yeah, nobody to protect him. Man.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't. I mean, who would have been the king if it wasn't for Saul? And then it
Uh-huh.
wouldn't have been. I mean,
So sad.
how it could have ended. I mean, it
Yep.
would have been so different
Yep.
without that. But so there were, I think 600 men were all that was left of the
Yes.
tribe of Benjamin.
That sounds correct.
That's it.
That's all there was left.
And so the people had made an agreement that they wouldn't let any of their daughters marry Benjamin into Benjamin's tribe.
But
because-
since Benjamin
they were all gonna
didn't
die
have
off.
any ladies
yeah,
left,
because they had taken them all as prisoner of war,
and since they weren't allowed to marry women from the surrounding foreign lands because
Yeah.
that was a no-no,
right, so they're stuck. They're either going to go extinct in a generation, when
or
all these old guys die off,
or they're going
gonna have
to
to figure
do
something
big
out.
bads.
so they're crying before the Lord again. They do this a lot in Judges,
Uh-huh.
and if they would just obey God instead of just crying about it, things would have gone a lot better. And so they say, "O Lord, the God of Israel, why has this happened in Israel?" Well, because you killed them all. That's why. I mean, does God really need to answer this obvious question?
Yeah.
Why has it happened in Israel that today there should be one tribe lacking in Israel? And as far as we know, God didn't answer this question because it was kind of like, duh.
You kill
killed
people,
them all?
people
I mean,
kind of
this is-
disappear.
That's
the way it works.
But it's a tragic story all the way
It's
around.
tragedy.
Part of the it's Benjamin's own fault because all they had to do was give up the people of that one sinful city. That's all they had to do.
boat.
With Christ as my vessel, I can smile at the storm. Okay, I thought we
Yeah.
weren't going to sing. Oh well, I couldn't help it when you did that. That just
It's a boat. It's so cute.
anyway.
There's
So
a boat.
they.
How's that go?
I don't. There's a hole in the boat in the middle of the sea.
No, it's
Oh, the boat on the Sea of
yeah.
Galilee.
There's a boat on the Sea of Galilee. How do you do the Galilee sign?
I don't know. I've never done the Galilee sign.
Okay,
That's a cute song,
it is.
and
It
very
goes so
very
fast.
long. It goes so long too.
Uh.
Though it's very long, tongue twister type song.
There's a fish in the net in the hands
Of
of
the
the
men
men
of
on
the
the
sea
sails
of
in the boat on the Sea of Galilee.
Yeah.
And they have signs for all of it. I don't know how they keep up with everything.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So
Really short prayer this time.
yeah, it is a short prayer.
Not all
I mean,
that much to talk
Well,
about.
I mean, it's 24 words.
Yeah.
Part of it is that there's no answer.
Yeah.
But what we learn here is that you should wait for an answer. Probably. I mean, they decide to try to fix it themselves.
Yeah. And it's one of those, How should it have ended? Like, what would have happened if they just waited for God to
I mean,
answer
God
their
might have come
questions?
up with a better way of doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe God would have allowed them to fight some of the enemies and take some of the
Or I mean,
virgin daughters from
God's
those
all
enemies.
powerful. The promise that they made was basically to him. He could have just said, "You know what? Forget about your promise. Just
don't
let
do
him
that."
have the ladies back."
So basically, what they did was they found that there were certain people that didn't come up to Bethel to worship.
That didn't make the promise, basically.
Well, I don't know if they made the promise or not, but they didn't come to the worship time that they're having here. And so they're just like, you know what? We're gonna go kill them and give them their women to Benjamin. And so they get like 400 women there. But then that's, you had 600 men, you only have 400 women, so you're still a couple hundred short. So they're like, you know what? There's this thing that we do where we have this big party.
Thievery.
And
oh, what?
Yeah, the girls will go out and they have their little, they'll be running around out in the little meadow and having a good time. And what we can do is just tell the children of Benjamin to just go steal them a wife. And then
thievery. There we go. I timed it better that time.
That's
all right.
So
I thought you were gonna make that shorter.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So we'll just tell them that. We'll just tell them to go ahead and
they did
take them, and they did, and we'll tell.
And then they did.
All the people whose daughters and their daughters and sisters, the brothers and the fathers come and go. Hey, my sister, my daughter got stolen. And we'll be like, it's okay, because you didn't break your promise. You didn't give your daughter to them.
See? And that is what we call loopholes.
Legal loopholes. That's what we're doing with here. But that was their solution. Probably not the best solution.
Gotta love salt water.
But the city of Jabesh Gilead, the only city of Benjamin left, winds up being able to get some girls to marry. In not such pleasant ways. I mean, it wasn't like, hey, my daughter wants to marry your son want to marry my daughter, okay, let's make the arrangements for them to get married. No, it wasn't like that at all. It was, let's kill these people and take their daughters and give them over there, and then you go kidnap those, and it was a mess. But that's the book of Judges in a nutshell.
That is the book of Judges. And we're done with the book of Judges.
Yay! And
bye.
So where do we? We'll be looking into a new book next time. We'll get. And wow, sad, tragic stuff going on in the book of Judges.
Tragedy.
Lots of people dying. Lots of people doing bad stuff.
And since hopefully
stay away from.
You did not die while watching this.
Hopefully.
We also hope that you enjoyed watching this, at least in some small part. Hope that it was helpful, beneficial to you. Hope that you got brain things from it.
And hope that you learned to, when you pray to God, don't pray to Him and then run off and go do your own thing.
Very true. Patience.
Pay attention to what He wants.
Be the person in the hospital.
No.
Be several people in the hospital.
No.
Patience. Bye!